Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're diving into the hidden history of angels in folklore, a journey beyond halos and harps. Long before modern depictions, angels appeared in ancient myths, mysterious texts, and forgotten traditions around the world. From fierce guardians to shadowy messengers, their roles and meanings have shifted through time and culture. Join us as we uncover surprising stories, explore their symbolic power, and reveal how angels evolved in folklore across continents. Whether divine protectors or cosmic warriors, these beings have more secrets than you might think. Let's unveil the untold truths of angelic legends, starting now. The hidden history of angels in folklore. Introduction. Angels, as celestial beings of light, love, and guidance, have captured the human imagination for millennia. While modern depictions often present them as benevolent messengers clad in white robes and bearing wings, the folklore surrounding angels is far more complex and varied. Across different cultures and historical periods, angels have taken on diverse forms, roles, and characteristics. Far from being purely religious figures, angels have deep roots in myth, legend, and oral tradition. This essay explores the hidden history of angels in folklore, tracing their origins, evolution, and the rich tapestry of beliefs and stories that surround them. Origins, pre-Abrahamic roots. Before angels were formally codified in the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, their conceptual ancestors existed in older mythologies. In ancient Mesopotamia, spirits and deities often served as intermediaries between gods and humans. The Sumerian Anunnaki, for instance, were divine beings who governed earthly affairs and bore similarities to later angelic figures. The Zoroastrian religion of ancient Persia also played a significant role in shaping angelic concepts. It introduced the idea of dualistic cosmology, where forces of good, Ahura Mazda and his Amesha-Spentas, or holy immortals, battled evil entities. These divine agents were precursors to angels and demons in later religious systems. Thus, the earliest folklore about angels was not rooted in monotheism, but in the broader context of cosmologies involving numerous divine or semi-divine beings. Angels in Jewish folklore. In Judaism, angels became more defined during the Babylonian exile, 6th century BCE. The Hebrew Bible contains numerous references to angels, though the term angel, from the Greek angelos, meaning messenger, is a later translation of the Hebrew word malach, also meaning messenger. Roles and hierarchies. Jewish angelology developed a structured view of these beings. Books like Enoch, considered non-canonical in many Jewish traditions, but influential nonetheless, introduced named angels such as Uriel, Raphael, and Azazel. The Book of Enoch presents a rich mythology of angels descending to earth, mating with human women, and producing the Nephilim, a race of giants. These fallen angels, or watchers, were eventually cast into darkness, a theme that would echo in Christian and Islamic texts. Jewish folklore also introduced complex hierarchies of angels. The Kabbalah, a mystical branch of Judaism, describes 10 angelic orders, such as seraphim, cherubim, and archangels, each governing specific aspects of the cosmos. Guardian and destructive forces. In folklore, angels were not always benevolent. Some acted as agents of divine wrath. The angel of death, Malach HaMavet, appears in Jewish stories as a terrifying, often misunderstood figure. However, many tales also speak of guardian angels who protect the righteous or accompany individuals throughout their lives. Christian angels. Fusion of faith and folklore. Christianity inherited and expanded upon Jewish angelology. The New Testament mentions angels frequently, particularly in the Gospels, where they announce the birth of Jesus, minister to him, and proclaim his resurrection. Medieval angelology. By the Middle Ages, Christian theology had formalized a celestial hierarchy through thinkers like Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite. His celestial hierarchy listed 9 choirs of angels in 3 tiers. Highest order, seraphim, cherubim, thrones. Middle order, dominions, virtues, powers. Lowest order, principalities, archangels, angels. This classification deeply influenced medieval folklore, where each class of angel had specific duties, from guarding realms to inspiring artists. Angels in Christian folklore. In Christian folklore, angels appear in many guises. Folk tales from Europe during the medieval and Renaissance periods are rich with stories of wandering angels testing human hospitality, much like the biblical story of Abraham. In some tales, failing to offer kindness leads to curses or misfortune, reinforcing moral lessons through the angelic presence. Moreover, guardian angels became a staple of Christian belief and folklore, especially in Catholic traditions. Prayers to one's guardian angel were common, and stories abounded of angels rescuing people from danger or leading them toward righteousness. Christian folklore also includes darker portrayals of fallen angels. Lucifer's rebellion and fall from grace, elaborated upon in apocryphal and literary texts like Paradise Lost, became a dominant theme in European mythos, giving rise to legends about spiritual warfare between heavenly and infernal beings. Islamic perspectives and folklore. In Islam, angels, malaika, are central to faith and are mentioned frequently in the Quran. Unlike in Christian and Jewish traditions, Islamic angels are entirely submissive to God's will and devoid of free will. Yet Islamic folklore adds layers of storytelling that elaborate on their nature and actions. Notable angels in Islam. Some of the most important angels in Islam include Jibril, Gabriel the messenger, who delivered the Quran to Muhammad. Michael associated with natural phenomena and sustenance. Israfil will blow the trumpet to announce the day of judgment. Azrael, the angel of death. Folklore and stories. Islamic folklore often reflects angels' roles as watchers and recorders of human deeds. It is said that 2 angels, Kiraman Katibin, sit on a person's shoulders recording good and bad actions. Stories of these angels subtly guiding or warning people appear in many Islamic cultures, particularly in Sufi tales. The idea of jinn in Islamic culture also interacts with angelic folklore. Though jinn are distinct beings, stories sometimes blur the lines between the actions of angels and other supernatural entities, creating a rich folklore that mixes theology with local legend. Angels in non-Abrahamic traditions. While angels are most commonly associated with Abrahamic religions, similar beings exist in many other cultural and spiritual traditions. Hinduism. In Hindu cosmology, devas serve as celestial beings who maintain cosmic order. Though not identical to angels, they fulfill many of the same functions, mediating between gods and humans, delivering messages, and protecting the righteous. Buddhism. Buddhist cosmology includes a wide range of celestial beings, from devas to bodhisattvas. The compassionate and guiding roles of bodhisattvas resemble those of guardian angels in Western traditions. In some branches of Mahayana Buddhism, these figures respond to prayers and offer spiritual aid. Indigenous and folk traditions. Many indigenous and folk cultures have angel-like spirits. In Slavic folklore, domovoi, house spirits, protect homes, and though more domestic than divine, their guardian function parallels that of angels. In Native American traditions, spirit guides and animal totems often act in a similar role, guiding individuals toward wisdom and safety. The hidden gender and appearance of angels. Modern depictions of angels, blonde, beautiful, and winged, are largely shaped by Renaissance art. However, folklore paints a different picture. In many traditions, angels are genderless or able to shift forms. Islamic angels, for example, are described as beings of light with no need for physical form. In the Book of Enoch, some angels take on terrifying, almost alien appearances. The seraphim, for example, are described as having 6 wings and eyes all over their bodies. In Jewish and Christian mystical traditions, angels often appear in disguises, testing mortals by appearing as beggars, strangers, or even animals. This theme reinforces the idea that kindness and morality should be universal, regardless of who one is interacting with. Angels and magic in folk belief. Throughout history, angels have also been invoked in magical practices, especially during the medieval and Renaissance periods. Angelic names appeared in grimoires, books of magic, such as the Key of Solomon and the Ars Goetia. Here, angels were called upon for protection, healing, and divine insight, blurring the lines between Orthodox religion and occult tradition. In folk Christianity, especially in rural areas of Europe and Latin America, angelic figures often merged with local spirits or saints. People would pray to Saint Michael or Raphael not just for spiritual help, but for protection against disease, storm, or witchcraft. Modern reimaginings and pop culture. Today, angels have become embedded in popular culture. From television and movies to novels and art, they are portrayed as complex, emotional, and often rebellious figures. Shows like Supernatural, movies like City of Angels, and books such as Angels and Demons reimagine angels as morally conflicted, adding layers of humanity to their traditional lore. Modern folklore, shaped by social media, urban legends, and fiction, continues to evolve the angelic image. Stories of angel sightings, guardian interventions, and near-death experiences contribute to a growing body of contemporary folklore. The history of angels and folklore is as diverse and layered as humanity itself. Far from being mere decorative elements in religious texts, angels have occupied central roles in mythologies, legends, and everyday beliefs across cultures and epochs. From ancient Mesopotamian spirits to modern pop culture icons, angels continue to evolve, reflecting the hopes, fears, and imaginations of those who believe in them. Understanding this hidden history not only enriches our appreciation for angels, but also highlights the interconnectedness of human cultures. Whether seen as divine messengers, fierce warriors, or gentle guardians, angels and folklore serve as bridges between the seen and unseen, the human and the divine. Christian angels, fusion of faith and folklore. Christian angels have long held a significant place in religious doctrine and popular imagination. Described in Scripture as messengers of God, protectors, and executors of divine will, their presence bridges heaven and earth. Yet, over centuries, the portrayal of angels has evolved through a fusion of faith and folklore, shaping how they are understood today. In the Bible, angels appear as spiritual beings, often awe-inspiring and powerful. The Archangel Michael is depicted as a warrior, while Gabriel serves as a divine messenger. These figures emphasize the heavenly hierarchy and the role angels play in God's plan. However, Christian belief did not develop in isolation. As Christianity spread, it absorbed and interacted with local beliefs, philosophies, and myths. Ancient Persian, Babylonian, and Hellenistic traditions included divine messengers and protective spirits. These ideas influenced early Christian thought, enriching angelology with layers of meaning. Over time, folklore began to color angelic imagery, granting them human features, wings, halos, and a more approachable demeanor. Medieval art and literature helped codify these forms, depicting angels as gentle, radiant beings, often guiding souls or watching over children. The fusion of sacred texts and folklore created a deeply symbolic view of angels, blending reverence with relatability. Today, angels represent both theological truths and cultural comfort. They remain spiritual guardians, but also symbols of hope, love, and protection in the wider imagination. Thanks for watching The Hidden History of Angels in Folklore. If you enjoyed uncovering the mysterious origins and evolving stories of these celestial beings, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more forgotten tales and hidden histories. Share your thoughts or angel lore from your culture in the comments. I'd love to hear them. For deeper dives and exclusive content, check out the links in the description. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, sometimes the oldest stories hold the most surprising truths. See you in the next chapter of The Unknown.